This is a Sunseeker Ocean 156. Yes, we're back, baby. We're back on a Sunseeker, and it's a big one. Look at this. It's a beast. And we're going to give you the full tour. We're going to every area on this one and show you what it's all about. And you might have noticed I've not filmed Sunseeker for a little while. We did have a little bit of fallout with somebody from marketing. That particular person is no longer with Sunseeker. We're all friends again. Happy, happy days, because I've missed these boats. They're a brilliant, brilliant boat, and 99.9% of the people at Sunseeker are absolutely lovely, so I'm glad to be back on board. This one, as you can see, is about a 25-metre length overall boat, and she's good for up to about 25 knots, but she's a big, voluminous and rather lovely thing. And we're going to go on board and do everything, starting right here at the back. Oh, this feels good. This feels like we're home. Let's go and have a look. So we've got a lift platform here. That'll take a Williams 435. You can also have a personal watercraft that would sit here and would roll onto here, and then that lowers into the water, of course, so you can launch your tender, and then you can launch your ski behind it. The other thing that we've got here is steps that extend out of this section here, and they come out, and then they can either go up, so if you go onto a quay, for example, or they can drop down into the water and give you a walkway down into the water. So that's rather lovely. And then, of course, shore power going into places like this, and so forth. The other thing we've got here is underneath these steps is sea bob lockers. I can show you one over here. So sea bobs can live in here. It's a draining locker, and it means they're right at water level and ready to deploy. And that one there is just a little bit of storage by the looks of it. A little bit of draining locker. There we go. Stern winches on this one as well. And this is particularly interesting because it's a low-level kind of beach club sort of a thing. But what you can do with this when you're not using it is this section here will roll up flat against there, and then the whole lot will raise up to give access to a huge storage area for deck gear or toys or other bits and pieces. But the other thing that you can do with this is you can have this so that this section here, if you imagine that moving up through not quite 90 degrees to there, so that's flat, and that becomes the backrest going up, that extends the cockpit. These two sections here are hinged, so you can then walk straight out onto it. So that's nice. Let's head on up. We've got a bar on this side. There is a ice maker under there, an ice maker I should say, shouldn't I? And a fridge underneath there, and a little sink underneath the top. And if I spin on round, now there are various options here. This is freestanding furniture on this one. You can have GRP mouldings with a furniture layout if you prefer. So a lot of the stuff when you get to this little league is very much owner specification. The other thing that you can have here if you want is this area here on this boat is a big storage locker. If you want to, you can lose these shelves and have a rail put in so it can be for hanging wetsuits. But another alternative is to have steps that come down here from the upper deck, so you've got external access up to the upper deck. There's an internal access as well, of course. I'll show you that as we go on through. Let's spin on round. Thank you very much. Because over here is dayheads. And what's great is they put it out here, but they finished it like an internal area. So it's really nicely done on the inside, but it's accessed straight from here. If you're in swimming and you're messing around and that sort of thing on the back of the boat, it's great to have access to that without having to tramp through the whole boat. That's superb. This one on this side is just storage. I won't open them all, but it's this kind of a thing. There we go. Let's head on in. Plenty more to see. Now the interesting thing, there's some birds going nuts in the background there. The interesting thing about this is that this main deck is one level right through to the very front. There's no helm position here, that's up on the upper deck, and so you just get this gorgeous, massive, well-lit, well-ventilated area. So you've got the big doors that go across here, as you can see, but in fact there are doors on all sides this side, and even the front, and that's what makes this so open and so lovely. There are about 4 different layout options here. You can have the galley aft if you want to, you can change the dining around. There's even a main deck master cabin option, and I'll show you where that would be when we go a bit further forward. And then beyond that, there's more customization available as well. Sunseeker will really do an awful lot to tailor these boats to exactly how you like it. We've got the walnut finish in here. Again, there's a huge range of choices to that, so if that's not to your liking, not a problem, there's plenty else that will be. Galley is here in the centre. This is a lovely social space here because it links nicely with the dining area right through there. That works really nicely. And then here it's your usual fridges and storage and Miele cooking equipment and more storage, sinks, plenty of work surface here as well. Look at this all around here and across there. And this is one of the side doors. As I say, they're right round the whole accommodation, and it makes this feel so airy in here. It's fantastic. Fridge and freezer are over here. There's a Miele microwave built in on that side, and of course a dishwasher is in here. And I love these knurled handles like this. And then this one is drawers. There's a bottle of something nice in there. Fantastic. There we go. That's a nice space, isn't it? Over here, more sliding doors. Again, the light, the air, fabulous. And then we've got steps down and we've got steps up. And we're of course going to do both of those, but I'm going to show you this area. So this is with the dining area forward. If you want to have the owner's cabin up here, you can do. It basically comes from here. So imagine a bulkhead across there, you come into here, that is all then main deck owner's cabin. But this layout with this area up at the bow is rather nice because it's so open. You've got again more doors open here. Obviously you can close it all up and you can air condition it clearly, but with it like this it just feels great. Look at these floor to ceiling windows across here, just remarkable. Wine cooler is here, glasses are here, crockery is here. It's all really nicely done. If you want to, you can have this bar raised up slightly and brought out slightly and have this as a bar area across here, which I think would be rather nice actually. Drawers here, and that is for something. Glasses maybe, or more crockery. There we go. Yeah, I quite like that idea. I'd have the bar there personally, but again, it's owner specification. You have what you want. Isn't that a great area? And look at this, what a place to dine. That's fabulous, isn't it? More storage units up here, right at the bow. I love this lighting as well. That's nice. And then we can come right up here, and we've got these offset areas on either side. And again, one facing forward, one facing back. It just makes this really, really sociable. And then over here, we have got sink in here, and then again it's like a little bar area, so we've got a fridge in here and so forth. There we go. But you come all the way to here before you get to a step. That's the first step on this whole main deck right through the whole accommodation. These tables are height adjustable. You can bring those down, you can put cushions on those, you can make this into a sunbathing or relaxing area up here if you want to. It's all good. That is access from the lower deck, emergency access out. I'll show you where that is on the other side when we're down there. And then really uncluttered foredeck area, so you could put some chairs up here or bean bags or whatever else. And then the anchor handling kit itself is down underneath here with the twin anchors like that. There we go. You can see the anchors themselves are down through there. There we are. That is an imposing boat, isn't it? Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Now, of course, you can walk all the way around this area. So if we come down here, please excuse the music in the background, hopefully it's not going to give me a copyright strike. That takes you right back to the cockpit, okay? And if we come across on the other side, same kind of deal. And I'm going to take you down this way just to show you the routing. and we'll come out through here and back into the accommodation. That's fantastic. Lower deck is down here. Let's do that next, and then we'll go up and round. So on this one, the owner's cabin is right back here. What they've done here, incidentally, is they've made these units big enough that you can put utility units in there. So washing machine, a big fridge, that kind of thing, that goes in there. Same deal over here. If you want a washing machine down here or a separate dryer, you can have it. We can have that shelved out. You can do what you like with it. These are quite nice because they clip shut like that, but they open and you just push that one and away you go. Little shelving units in there. There we go. So, owner's cabin. Full beam of the boat. Absolutely fantastic. This is a Manhattan headboard across here. That's what they call that. That's great, isn't it? And along with the walnut, we've then got a light oak finish next to it. So you've got the contrasting woods. It's beautiful. Love this lighting detail in the ceiling. We've got 55-inch TV in here. You can have a 65 if you want it. I would. I'm like that. And soundbar in here as well. And over here, it's just a load of storage. So we've got these sort of top pockets like this. And then we've got these big units down underneath here as well. There we go. Drawers down by the bed. Little bedside tables. And then, of course, blinds that come down over these windows. These circular sections are opening sections. But that's a big space, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Let's cross over. We've got a half height hanging locker just there. There's bigger hanging lockers further forward, or further aft, I should say, to be precise. Dressing table is here. And these again, little storage areas. That, of course, drops down like so. And what a view. Imagine using this as an office. Preferably not looking at a wall. But you get the idea, don't you? So here we've got big wardrobes. He says, showing some shelves. Here we've got big wardrobes. There we go. I'll edit that out later. And they're back here as well. Oh, try again. There we are. Shelves on that side. Nothing at all on that side. Good. Check out this ensuite. I love this finish around here. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's so nice. Ah, this is what we've got. So this here is back into that section there, you see. It all gets used, it just gets used from different ways. Twin sinks in here, of course. Really big space. This is all new finishes that they put into here. They've had a serious revamp, and this is one of the first to have all the new designs and finishes. But they're trying to make this area a little bit less utilitarian. So this, of course, is clearly all, it's the shower, so it's all very wipe downable and everything else. But then what they've done is put some nice woods and lighting and metal finishes into here just to make it a bit more interesting and a little bit more classy. Love this around here. That works well. Let's head on a bit further. We've got 3 more cabins to show you on this level. There we go, these bedside lights. Gorgeous! So if we head on forward, we look at this lobby area. We've got cabin 4 over here. So this is the smallest cabin, and yet still a really good size, still beautifully finished. You can put these beds together. I think I'm right in saying that this one goes out to that one. I might be wrong, but certainly one moves to the other one, and you've got a double bed if you want it, or it's 2 singles as we are seeing it at the minute. That's push of a button stuff. We've got, of course, shelving in here. And then the ensuite is in here. Similar standard to what we saw in the owner's cabin, right down to the metalwork around the mirror, but of course smaller. It's a smaller cabin, but you know, it's all relative. That is not small, it is only smaller. AV equipment in here, of course. And then over here, this is cabin 3. Really nice central double bed that you can get all the way around. Again, that lovely headboard detail. Again, the big hull windows in here. Fantastic. What's interesting about these is all of these have got a load of storage underneath. I'm going to mess up their bed display now to show you. Let me find the, here we go. So people's bags that they brought, or spare bedding or linen or anything of that kind of stuff, all of the double beds have got that area underneath them. And yes, I've forgotten to switch my phone to silent again. Edit later, etc. Bit of storage over here, thusly. And then we've got ensuite in here. There we go. Big rainfall shower again. The opening window again, the porthole there. Drawers under here. Very nice. And again with this lovely walnut finish. That is pretty smart, isn't it? I was just thinking as I came out, I thought there's got to be a wardrobe in here, surely somewhere. And praise be, there it is. That's a good size, isn't it? Superb. Let's go a bit further. Now this one, cabin 2, is your VIP cabin. It's a really good size, and it's got this sort of, but I get a nice hotel suite where you get the little lobby that goes around and the bed is sort of semi-concealed behind it. This does exactly the same thing. More storage, of course. Places like this. Drawers underneath here. Very nice, big, spacious cabin. There's a little bit of flicker on the GoPro there. That's not happening in real life. That's absolutely dead smooth in real life. I don't know why it does that. I'm not very technical, am I? I just know about boats. AV equipment, of course, storage, of course, around in places like this. Again, the whole windows, the reading lights by the bed. That is a nice space, and you can get all the way around here. Look at the way that the floor comes up. So if you're getting into bed, you're up and you're in. Should we have a nap? Let's not, let's press on. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? We've not seen Aquaholic for a while. Should we go and check on him? Find me fast asleep, cuddling my GoPro. Yeah, let's move on. This is a nice space again. Love the shower around here like this. And we've got the mirror there. We haven't done a mirror wave. There we go. The first Sunseeker mirror wave in a couple of years, I think. Let's keep going. This is a nice space through here, isn't it? So these stairs obviously take us back up. And what we do this time, so we're back up to the main deck now. That was where we came in initially. We'll loop on round, big side access door there, but another set of steps then that take us on up. And these are nice, big, wide treaded steps. You've got handrail all the way around as well, of course, but they're a very nice thing to walk up. That sounds a bit odd, but some of these are quite steep. This one isn't. And then right up here on the top. Now again, a lot of configuration here. So this one's done as like a sky lounge area. If you wanted this for dining, for example, well then you could have this as a dining area, and you might do that. If you had that forward area on the main deck as your owner's cabin, you might think, well, we'll put a dining table in across here. And then over here, the helm. If you want to, you can lose this area here and have a second helm seat next to it. And then over here, we've got the huge, I think they're 22-inch Garmin screens. So operating system for the boat, the navigation is on here, of course. We've got VHF radio, we've got the engine controls, joystick controls, thruster controls, all the kind of stuff you'd expect. But another thing to mention about this area is, again, just how much light and air they've got in, because there's a massive sliding roof section right above me, like this, And then this window over here, that whole big section there is a drop window. And if I swing right on round, we've got an opening door on this side as well. And then we can come right on back. Wine cooler is here. And then you can have this again laid out how you want. So we've got freestanding furniture here at the moment, but if you want to have molded furniture, you can do. There is an option as well, I'm sure, in fact, I'm right in saying that you can lose this area, I think it's this area here, and you can have another day heads there, identical to the one we saw just off the cockpit. So if you want another day heads on this deck, that can be done for you as well. And then over here, we've got storage areas, we've got obviously the sink in there, and then these ones are ice maker and the fridge. There we go. Music's going again in the background. Someone's cranking it up. So yeah, here this is all freestanding furniture, lay it out however you want, but if you want molded furniture with fixed seating, then of course you can have it. There's also a sun awning that extends out of here, and if we come right on back and stand up onto here, that we probably shouldn't be doing, we've got the mast on the top then with the radar and the antennas, GPS antennas and horns and lights and all that kind of stuff right up there. But there's another really great area up here. We're not done with the upper deck yet. Let's head on forward and out through here, past the pot plant. Well, I've not got one of those on my boat. There's a wing station first of all. That's hidden in behind here, like so. And then round again. Look how high this is. So you come forward. It's above elbow height. You feel really secure in here. And then this one's got the forward dinette area around here. But what you can have as an option is you can lose that C-shaped backrest all the way around, and then you can have a hot tub in the center and sunbeds on either side of it. And then we can come right on around here. And then on this side, you can have life raft storage then tucked into that corner there. But that is an imposing space, isn't it? I'm going to keep moving up here because I don't want that music to start interfering with my copyright. That would be a shame to get this far and then lose it to that. Let's go back in here where it's a little bit quieter. That's a nice zone, and again, exactly like on the main deck, the amount of air and light that's flooded into there through these side windows, side door, back doors and the roof is just brilliant. That's really, really nice. Okay, more to see. We want to look at crew areas and we want to look at the engine space, and we'll find all of that down here. There we go. So we'll come back and we'll head out this side. So this is the side deck that we saw coming back from that forward section on the main deck. And if I reverse round again, it's so high. If I show you it next to me, you can see my elbow is below there, and there's a rail all the way down here as well. It's really nicely done, and it feels super secure to move around the whole boat. Good, let's head on back. So this is all glazing. Look at this, all floor to ceiling glazing all the way down here. And the reason that I mentioned that is because they've even included the crew access as glazing down here. So the look on the outside of the boat is uniform all the way through. Just looks really, really smart. There we go. Right here we've got people waiting to come on, and they've actually closed the entire boat off for me. Okay, let's come on down. So this is crew area down here. And there's a few things to show you. First of all, there's an electrics area in this one here. So things like the Garmin and the inverter and all that sort of stuff is all racked out in there. And then if I spin on around, engine access is through that one. We're going to go this way. There's a crew cabin here. Now we're at a boat show and this is full of stuff, but there's a single bed that goes in across there. Again, obviously air conditioning and lighting and all that sort of thing controlled from there. And then back again, we've got the laundry facilities. I mentioned you can have them in the main accommodation if you want, but you have got them here as well. So that's where those are. There's another cabin over on this side. Bunk beds in this one, again, a bit full of rubbish. We are very much at a busy boat show. And there's a bit of sort of cooking equipment, there's a microwave and a little sink there and that sort of thing for crew use. And then finally down here is the heads for this area, which has a proper separate shower in through there. There we go. So that's the crew space, bits of storage dotted around the place as you'd expect. As I say, I can't really show you into those crew cabins because they're full of stuff, but again, there's storage and the usual things that you'd expect in those areas. Right, last thing to look at then is the engines, and they're back through here. Check this out. Now there are two engine options on this. You can have MAN V8s, which are 1,300 horsepower each. The upgrade then is to have MAN V12s at 1,650 horsepower each. No prizes for guessing which these are, since they have V12 written on the top of them. So these are the big engines. You're looking at around 25, maybe 26 knots with these engines, cruising therefore 18 to 20. Drop the speed right back to an efficient cruise speed, and at 10 to 12 knots you're looking at around 900 miles. These are on V-drives, so the engines are well back, and then the power from the engines goes forward into the V-box and then back underneath down the shaft to a conventional shaft drive. I'm not sure we can see those very easily. Oh, we might be able to. There we go. It's just down underneath there. And if we look on this side, again you can see the shaft running down through. If we come right back in this area, generators are down here. There's one there, there's another one over in the corner, and there's a space over here. If you had a water maker, that's where that would go. I love the little hose neatly trimmed down here. Steering gear, we're right at the very back of the boat, so we've got access to the rudder stocks here and the hydraulics for the steering. That's across there. That one there is an Atlas power converter, so that's for your shore power, to make sure that that is correct for the boat. And yeah, these great big MAN engines. Absolutely fantastic. Let's come back forward and up. We've got battery charging racked out across here. These have got a new carbon fibre wrap on the exhaust. They used to have these sort of big chunky rubber things, but this is just a bit neater and a bit tidier. You can see the silencer down there, massive silencer. And these are the seabob lockers that we saw, because we're right at the back of the boat here where that seating area was and that locker. And remember, we saw the seabob locker underneath the steps. There's one there and the other one is on the other side. You can see it coming out through there. It's all very neat, isn't it? There's the MAN boxes and alarm systems. Hydraulics packers over here. And again, another big exhaust, another big silencer. Brilliant. That is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Let's come back out of here. That one there, everyone's going to look at the hinges and say what's under the steps, so I'm going to show you. It's basically just part of the air conditioning system. It's an access for engineering, obviously. Oh, I showed you that one. That was the electrics. Yeah, good. Doubling up now. Fantastic, that is that. Let's come back up out of here. And I think, so that we've done the entire boat, I'm going to loop around here. We've got a few people waiting, so we'll wrap it up. That was the heads that we saw. And we're going to come up this side, and we'll have done the entire boat then. Picking up a little bit of music again. So I'll keep talking in the hope that I don't get a copyright strike from that. But look at this glazing all the way up here. It's glazing, glazing, glazing. That's why there's so much light inside. It's fantastic. Let's come right up here. Let's come right up onto the bow. Let's spin that one round, and let's say massive, massive thanks to Sunseeker and welcome back to Aquaholic. Massive thanks to you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.